Charlie, and you're doing a great job. God bless you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Mayor, how does it feel personally after a year and a half? All of a sudden, the Washington Post says this is a time for reckoning.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird feeling. I was more comfortable with them on the other side. You know, my boss was Ronald Reagan. I go back that far. I was his associate attorney general, and I remember his rule was, we're on track if the New York Times and the Washington Post are criticizing us, and if I ever see any praise, I'm going to start to get suspicious. So I don't know. I mean, the reality is, Charlie, they're still lying. So now it's all Hunter is the fall guy. Hunter is the bad guy now. He did everything. Poor old Joe didn't know a damn thing. Poor old Joe couldn't figure out over 30 years how Hunter, who was in and out of rehabilitation 12 times, never could hold a job that Joe couldn't get for him. And even when Joe got him the job, he got fired from the military for blowing cocaine. Wasn't allowed in Ukraine because the crooked Ukrainian guy who hired them didn't want him embarrassing them by buying drugs in the street. He couldn't figure out how this guy became a multimillionaire. And all of a sudden, every week, half of the guy's income would show up in his bank account. So, I mean, this is a real fraud upon a fraud. The top of this conspiracy is Joe Biden. This is not the Hunter Biden case. Any prosecutor who understood their oath of office would have begun this 2.5 years ago as the Joe Biden conspiracy case. By now, he would have been on trial and convicted of racketeering. He made $41 million in China. Jeez. He made $18 million in Ukraine. He made bare minimum $3.2 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife, who was a very dedicated Putin ally. And people like Miranda Devine believe they can count up to 100 million. So he wasn't only taking bribes. He was selling out to the biggest enemies of the United States. That makes you worse than a criminal. He is a criminal, but it makes you worse than a criminal.
Yeah, we have words for that. Traitor would be one.